If you or a loved one are struggling with type 2 diabetes, you should visit the link in the description below. This clinically proven, drug-free program lowers blood sugar to a normal level and can completely reverse type 2 diabetes within just a few weeks. Here's today's video.
The question, what are the early signs of diabetes? Answer by Anju Padak. Early signs of diabetes. Diabetes is recognized as one of the most severe medical conditions which are highly prevalent in the world. As per the researchers, there's around 1 in 4 adults who are living with the disease. Most of them are not even aware of it. This leads to complications in treatment. In this article, you will get to know about 17 warning signs or symptoms of diabetes. As prevention is better than cure, so if you are aware of the warning signs as early as possible, then it can help you get the timely diagnosis. This will further prevent life-threatening complications. Moreover, once you doubt that you may have diabetes, then alert your doctor, particularly if you have any of the common risk factors for diabetes. So here are the signs. 1. Increased hunger. There is a time when people feel hungry even after having a full meal. Then that might be a revealing sign of diabetes. This is because the body of the person is not able to convert the food into energy. The lack of energy gives rise to augmented appetite. This is the reason why a person starts feeling hungry all the time. The lack of energy causes increased appetite. 2. Feeling fatigue. Fatigue can arise due to numerous factors. The reason for having less energy is the inability of the body to take in glucose. This is the warning sign of diabetes. Also, the lack of energy can also be caused by dehydration due to increased urination. 3. Recurrent urination. You may experience increased urination due to excess sugar, glucose, building up in your blood. This is due to an inability of the kidney to absorb and filter all the extra sugar. Due to this, the excess sugar is excreted into the urine. This is a reason for frequent urination. 4. Dry mouth. Diabetes signs occasionally involve your mouth as well. The absence of adequate fluids in your body due to high urination leads to feeling dry. It is said by doctors that having a dry mouth is a symptom of high blood sugar. Moreover, it also leads to widespread tooth decay. 5. Extreme thirst. As there is a frequent urination, so the body fluids are pulled along from with the tissues. This makes you dehydrated. And this is a reason why the person feels extremely thirsty than usual. Also, the more you drink fluids to satisfy the thirst, the more you urinate. 6. Weight loss. Sometimes it happens that there is a sudden, unintentional weight loss in your body. This is due to inadequate insulin, which prevents your body from absorbing glucose to use for energy. This forces the body to burn fat and muscle for energy, resulting in weight loss. Weight fluctuations are a common sign of type 1 diabetes. 7. Imprecise vision. According to Webb, MD, blurred vision could be a sign of high blood sugar. The increased levels of sugar in your blood may be absorbing fluids from the lenses of your eyes. This causes them to change shape and affects your ability to focus. 8. Dry and itchy skin. Lack of moisture in your body due to high blood sugar levels may cause your skin to dry and itch. As you lose fluids because of increased urination, your body gets dehydrated, which results in the dry and itchy skin. 9. Slow healing process of wounds. Another important sign of diabetes is having bruises and cuts which are slow to heal. This may be due to high blood sugar levels. This will affect the blood flow in the body and also cause nerve damage. So blood finds it tough to reach the areas affected by wounds. 10. Numbness. Numbness, pain and tingling in the feet or legs is another result of nerve damage. This is due to diabetes. This may also lead to experience a loss of feeling in the hand and arms. In the long run, this nerve damage can progress all across the body. 11. Fruity or sweet breath. A fruity and sweet smell in the breath can be a diabetes indication. The bad breath can be due to high levels of ketone in the blood. Ketones are formed when the body of the diabetic person starts burning fat. This happens because cells are not able to receive the glucose they require for energy. 12. Vomiting and nausea. Nausea and vomiting can be an important sign of diabetes. High blood glucose levels can slow down intestinal and stomach movements. This causes food to be reserved in the stomach for longer than normal time. This results in nausea and vomiting. 13. Frequent headaches. The high or low blood glucose can lead to frequent headaches. The headaches are usually moderate to severe in nature. The person may get relief if the blood sugar is maintained and under control. In case if headache is severe, then one must consult a doctor. 14. Irritable behavior. Diabetes can create an impact on the mood of the person. For instance, low or high blood glucose may make them easily irritated and sad. Other than this, the fluctuations in blood sugar levels may also cause anxiety, uneasiness and confusion. 15. Erectile dysfunction. Erectile dysfunction is very common among men with diabetes age. If you're a man who is having a problem in maintaining and getting an erection, then it can be the critical sign of diabetes. Diabetes can damage the nerves, blood vessels and muscle function that control erection. This gives rise to erectile dysfunction. 16. Bad stomach pains. Recurrent stomach pains may arise due to the enormously high or exceptionally low blood sugar levels. Diabetes can also damage the vagus nerve. This will also slow down the digestion process. This makes the food to remain longer in the stomach. This creates discomfort and pain. 17. Yeast infections. Yeast infections can easily occur in both men and women who are having diabetes. The yeast nourishes on the extreme glucose. This type of infections usually occurs in the areas which are warm and moist. For example, the areas such as between toes and fingers, underarms, and also under the breasts. These are the most common symptoms of diabetes, but there can be many. If you encounter any of the above written signs, then please consult a doctor as soon as possible. Answer by Rima Kashiva. 9. Early signs of diabetes. Dr. Rima Kashiva. The early symptoms can go unnoticed for months or years. In fact, 1 in 3 people with type 2 diabetes don't know they have it. 1 in 3. Most actually do experience the early signs but don't realize or understand what they are. Early detection and treatment can have a profound impact on your long-term health. A 3-year delay in diagnosis increases your relative risk of heart disease by 29%. Therefore, by knowing what to look for, you can take control of the situation before it takes control of you. Diabetes symptoms in children and adults. 1. Blurred vision is an early diabetes symptom. 2. Excessive thirst, even at night, is a classic early sign of diabetes. 3. Feeling extremely hungry, even after just eating a meal. 4. Unexpected and unintentional weight loss. 5. Unusual fatigue and feeling very weak. 6. Tingling, pins and needles, or numbness in hands or feet. 7. Increased urination is arguably the most common. 8. Itchy or dry skin. 9. Cuts or wounds that are very slow to heal. Meet diabetologist in Pune Dr. Rima Kashiva, a leading senior diabetes and bariatric specialist in the country, provides comprehensive management and care for diabetes. Answer by Rajinder Bala. Dry mouth or too much saliva in mouth. Always hungry or not feeling hungry at all. Frequent urination or very less urination. No energy. Blurry vision. These are signs of all metabolic syndrome diseases. Hydration, dehydration cycles and walk and rest routines can cure diabetes in 7 days or less. One can stop medicines for diabetes and BP in 3 days and watch the results 23 times in a day. Those drinking tea should first give up tea and wait to try this option. Tea withdrawal symptoms will wean away in 7 days. While giving up tea and trying these options will confuse the people. Brief introduction to hydration, dehydration cycles and walk and rest routines and what these can do in various health conditions. Diabetes symptoms are increased thirst, frequent urination. Thirst is caused when the blood volume is reduced. So the first target for management of diabetes should be to increase blood volume. Once thirst is managed, frequent urination will automatically stop. Urination will reduce because in the absence of thirst a person may drink much less water. Drinking water with meals can improve health in following ways. This question had troubled me for more than 15 years. I changed various formats of drinking water. I drank water on empty stomach for a good 10 years or more. I used to avoid drinking water with meals. Results: whitish layer on tongue. Increased sensation of thirst with passage of time. Thick saliva. The taste of food was impaired. I did not like the taste of most of the food that once I used to like. So 3 months back I decided to drink 200 to 300 milliliters water with each meal. Results shocked me. I stopped feeling thirsty. Saliva volume increased tenfold. Food started tasting better. There seemed to be significant improvement in the sharpness of brain. Not drinking water for 36 hours was very easy. The first argument against drinking water with meals is that it will dilute the stomach acids. I do not think that is right. Stomach acids are produced after we eat food. Based on the volume of food and type of food that we eat, stoma, CH acids are produced. If we take 50% of our normal meal, there will be 50% acids that will be there in stomach. Same way, if we eat non-veg, the amount of acids that stomach will have will be far more as compared to when we eat veg food. Same way, water taken along with meal will become part of the food and stomach acids will be adjusted accordingly. Let us first understand about what is there in our body. 65 to 75% of body weight is fluid, 15% of body weight is bones, 5% could be waste sitting in large and small intestines waiting to be excreted. Rest is fats, muscles and other molecules. So going by weight, volume, fluid should be most important. Otherwise also bones, fat and muscles are fed the nutrients supplied by fluids. They all, bones, muscles etc., are stationary. It is the fluid which moves from one place to another. So we need to control and understand the working of fluids. This fluid is there in 3 major compartments. Of the total fluid, 10% is blood. Rest of 90% fluid is there in cells and in space between cells. Blood, 10% of total fluid, feeds the nutrients to rest of 90% fluids. Think what will happen if the 90% of the fluids fall short of minerals and carbs. Now understand that almost 70% of the minerals and carbs are manufactured in the body itself with the help of other minerals, hormones and enzymes. Think again, if there is shortage of blood glucose in 90% of the fluids, the body, liver, will raise glucose in the blood by assigning top priority to convert everything into glucose. Glucose is the single most important nutrient needed in our body. No diabetic dies due to excessive blood glucose. They die when body fails to meet the requirement of glucose. When there is shortage of energy, heart and other vital organs do not get enough energy to operate optimally. Heart attack and cholesterol is never caused by anything but by excessive fluids caused due to insufficient energy supplied to the heart to push the fluids with required force. Heart stops working due to lack of energy and not due to clotting. Clotting takes place when heart stops working. The explanation of drinking water with meals is as under. When we eat food, our stomach produces acids and other enzymes to convert the food and other liquids into a paste. This paste is passed on to small intestines. Small intestine is connected to blood veins. The minerals, carbohydrates, fats, proteins, water, enzymes, and other nutrients are absorbed in small intestines and moved to liver for further processing. After processing in liver, the mineralized blood is sent to kidney for balancing of the minerals. Any minerals found to be out of correct proportions are filtered out. First benefit of this will be that blood volume will increase as more fluids will be absorbed with minerals because of more water content in the food. Second, there will be better absorption of minerals, proteins, carbs and fats etc. When we drink water on empty stomach, there will be acid production in stomach. The water will not be absorbed in small intestines. If we drink water after more than 10 minutes after a meal, the water will not form part of the paste. Now take an example. Take some toothpaste in a bottle. Add some water to that. Now shake the bottle for 15 minutes. After shaking for 15 minutes, you can see watering particles of paste separately. This water will not be absorbing small intestines. Even the absorption of minerals will be low due to formation of crystal of paste. That is what will happen in our stomach. So we should drink water in the middle of a meal. Or rather spread out the water evenly throughout the meal. So drinking water with meals should help cure varicose veins problem and other health conditions associated with poor blood circulation as well as anemia. It should also help improve the skin. It should remove the dark eye spots and improve eyesight. It can improve cataract as well. It can prevent prostate cancer as well. There are 1,000s of possibilities. But I remember very clearly that when I increased my water intake and started drinking on empty stomach, all the health problems were cured in less than 10 days. Same result I saw with lot of other people also. That is an indication that drinking water on empty stomach is meant to remove metabolic toxins. So we do need to drink water on empty stomach as well after every few days. Diabetes cure and weight loss. When we drink water or any other liquid after more than 10 minutes after a meal, the water and other liquids are not absorbing small intestines, in the absence of stomach acids. Stomach acids are produced only in response to food and not in response to water and other liquids. The liquids and water are passed on the large intestines. In large intestines also the excess water and vitamins are absorbed. However, the large intestine does not absorb any minerals, carbohydrates, fats and proteins. This water is passed on to intracellular fluids. No processing is done by liver and kidneys. This is kind of direct reach to the body fluids which are passed on to cells. Over a period of time, the intracellular fluids around the large intestines become devoid of most of the minerals. These fluids are also stripped off the essential glucose. In the absence of glucose, the metabolic rate falls, which causes increase in blood sugar to compensate for the lack of glucose in intracellular fluids. Absence, or lack, of glucose in interstitial fluids will cause flight of fluids from blood, making a person feel thirst all the time. That gets converted into diabetes in due course of time. But not drinking any fluids except with meals will dehydrate the large intestine and surrounding areas of excess fluids. This will result in increase in metabolic rate. It will also help reduce intracellular water. Average total intracellular fluid makes up about 30 to 50 liters of fluid. That means a loss of 5 liters of intracellular fluid can be brought in about 30 days. That is the fastest and safest weight loss that is possible. But weight loss is not happening? I am expecting it come later. Body goes through a process of adjustment. There are obvious improvements. Weight loss will follow. The increase in blood volume may cause weight gain initially. As the metabolic rate picks up, the weight loss will be there. The excess water reaching in large intestine is the cause for prostate problems. Read my blog for detailed explanation about the role of fluids in our body. My blog in brief. Chronic mineral imbalance in blood leads to low metabolic rate, resulting in aging and age-related diseases like blood sugar, blood pressure and heart disease, etc. To correct mineral imbalance, do hydration-dehydration cycles, and to increase resting metabolic rate, do walking and rest routines as detailed on my blog. Read my blog for more details or watch my YouTube videos at Rajinder Bala. To increase resting metabolic rate, RMR, do the following. Walk for 5 minutes at easy pace within your home in the morning. After walking, rest for 510 minutes in bed. Repeat the above 3 times in the morning, afternoon, evening and at night before sleeping. So that makes for 12 walk and rest routines, or 5 by 12 equals 60 minutes of walk for the entire period. One can do it selectively during weekdays and on working days only in the morning and at night. The idea about walking is that it mobilizes energy, and before the entire mobilized energy is spent, we rest. In such a case, a part of the mobilized energy becomes available for vital organs. Doing walking and rest routines takes care of aging-related diseases as well. Hydration-dehydration cycles. Day 1 to 3, drink 200 to 300 milliliters water with every meal. Total fluids intake on these days should not exceed 600 milliliters to 900 milliliters. Day 4 to 6, drink 300 milliliters water every 2 hours from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Total fluid intake 1,800 milliliters. Day 7, no fluids to be taken on this day. I am not sure of day 7. Whether to observe complete dehydration or drinking water as per day 6. So please give feedback so that I can reach a conclusion and help others in right direction. Complete dehydration has cured a lot of diseases in past. But that could also be the result of frequent hydration-dehydration cycles wherein I was not drinking any water with the meals. That seems to be indirect a result of hydration and dehydration days. Drinking water with meals and abstaining on some days drinking without meals help diabetes and BP within 7 days. Results in 3 to 4 days are shocking for BP and diabetes. Repeat after 7 days till you are completely free of diabetes. Hopefully, in case of pre-diabetics, this will work in 15 to 30 days, completely reversing the diabetes. After you get free of diabetes and your blood sugar reading are back to normal, you can start drinking water at any time, but keeping in view the above principles. Sugar contains 50% glucose and 50% fructose. Taking small doses of sugar is very healthy for diabetics. Small half spoon of sugar will be very good idea to get rid of diabetes at an early date. But in case you have any apprehension about taking sugar, you can avoid that. Not drinking water on empty stomach will take care of the reduced glucose levels in the body. The big question that one may be interested to know will be, why should then a person drink water on empty stomach or at any time other than meal? Initial results indicate that water reaching large intestines help removing the metabolic waste. So that is also equally important. Sugar, food, etc. has no bearing on diabetes and blood sugar management. 1 to 2 persons have reported reversal of diabetes in less than 10 days. Also read my blog for detailed explanation of how the above steps ensure perfect health. Feedback will help a lot of people out there. Based on my discussions with core members who called me, I found that 50% or more people who have diabetes and blood pressure drink 3 or more cups of tea regularly, and remaining 50% people drink water on empty stomach or their water intake is more than 2 liters per day. Read my profile for up-to-date information on hydration-dehydration cycles and walk and rest routines. Some other points to take care. Do not drink any water with sweets. Do not drink any tea, green or black. Do not overeat. Do not stop eating sugar. Eat small doses of sugar every day. What causes drop in blood sugar levels? The blood volume increases by drinking water with meals. That brings down the blood sugar by 20 to 40 points in 2 to 3 days. Not drinking water on empty stomach reduce the fluid stored in cells and in space between cells by 1 liter or more per day. That brings down the blood sugar by 10 to 20 points daily. On April 19, 2018, I discussed starting a 30-minute program on Shkrata channel on curing eczema, diabetes, BP, PCOS and migraine for Indians in and around Delhi. The cost of the channel for airtime is 5 rupees lakhs per month. I can offer advertisement slots during the period for Indian businesses. However, since I do not believe in medicine systems, I will not take advertisements from health sector. Anybody willing to sponsor the program for 2 to 3 months will be highly appreciated. I am willing to work on sharing basis. I am hopeful of making the program a huge success. I expect the program to generate revenue of more than 20 rupees lakhs per month in 3 months' time. Advertisement agencies are welcome to work on this. Other option is make it a reality program wherein we invite patients to cure them and give live footage of changes every day. In this we may charge patients Rs. 10k to Rs. 20k. The cost of airtime plus boarding lodging of patients will be 15 rupees to 20 lakhs. Anybody interested in crowdfunding the program is most welcome.